Pleasant good afternoon again, everyone. John Johnson here with Just a Thought. Just a thought today about what to do in the due season. The, the letter of the Apostle Paul to the Galatians, chapter 6, verses 9 and 10. And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in the due season we will reap, if we do not give up. So then, as we have opportunity, let us do good to everyone, and especially to those in the household of faith. Well, once again today, you can see from my surroundings that I am still not back in the studio, but we will soldier on with the equipment that we have, which is very minimal, I might add. What to do in the due season? When I was 6 years old, my grandfather, who lived only 2 doors down from our family, decided that his grandson needed an agricultural experience. So we went back to his garden. He had a very large and luscious garden in which he grew vegetables for his consumption, and of course our family also benefited greatly from this. He gave me 2 rows in the garden, and we planted okra seeds. Okra, of course, is a standard delicacy, fried and prepared in a variety of ways, especially in southern kitchens. But anyway, I digress. He gave me 2 rows, and we planted those okra seeds. He showed me how to make the furrows and put the seed in, covered over with the soil, and all was well. I went home that afternoon, slept well that night, but early the next morning, rose from bed before any of the rest of the household was up, and dressed quickly and ran 2 doors down to my grandfather's house into the backyard to see my okra plants. Of course, there were no okra plants. I continued this process for almost a week. Finally, in frustration, I began looking for those okra seeds, digging in the furrow, looking to see if I could find the okra seeds. Well, of course, those plants never germinated, never came up. My grandfather was curious about it. He said, "Son, I don't understand it. That was good seed. We put it in good soil. I don't understand what happened." Well, I said, "Grandfather, I don't understand it either. I've been looking for those seeds now for almost 2 weeks." Grandfather and I had a good laugh about his grandson's inexperience in agricultural matters, but it brings me to a point. What do you do in the due season? You have planted seed in faith. You have cast your seed in faith, and you're waiting for a harvest of good things from the Lord. And of course, those good things could be many different things. The salvation of a loved one, some financial provision, some direction for the future. But you have faithfully planted your seed. What do you do while you're waiting in the due season? And let's face it, we all love to wait, do we not? Waiting, waiting, waiting. It seems we spend an inordinate amount of time in our lives waiting in waiting rooms, waiting in waiting lines, and waiting areas. What do you do while you're waiting in the due season? Well, I would like to suggest 3 things as I close today. First of all, you've got to learn to leave the seed in the soil. Unlike that 6-year-old young man, myself, once the seed is planted, you must walk away and trust God, who is the Lord of the harvest, that he will bring that seed to fulfillment, that it will germinate and populate. Leave the seed in the soil. Number 2, look with faith into the future. This is where you don't look at what is, you look at what will be. You look with faith into the future, seeing in your mind's eye, your spiritual mind's eye, the future harvest that is coming from the seed that you have invested in faith. Leave the seed in the soil, look with faith into the future, and finally, learn all the lessons of the due season. In other words, don't waste your wait. For in that waiting room where God has you, while you are waiting somewhat impatiently for the harvest to arrive, God will teach you, if you will allow Him, many lessons. Lessons of the waiting room, lessons in the due season. So there it is. What to do in the due season. For the scripture says that we will all reap in due season if we don't give up. Leave the seed in the soil. Look with faith into the future. Learn all the lessons of the due season. John Johnson here, and for this Sunday, the 1st of June, that's just a thought.